Welcome back, Forgotten Crime fans. Today, we are delving into the complex and chilling case of Ted Kaczynski, better known as the Unabomber. Kaczynski's reign of terror through mail bombs and his anti-technology manifesto left a profound impact on the nation, making him one of the most notorious domestic terrorists in American history. Theodore John Kaczynski was born May 22nd in 1942 in Chicago, Illinois. He was a child prodigy, excelling in academics from a young age. Skipping several grades, he entered Harvard University at the age of 16, where he earned a bachelor's degree in mathematics. Kaczynski continued his education at the University of Michigan, where he completed a PhD in mathematics. His brilliance in academia was evident, but so were the early signs of social isolation and deep-seated disdain for modern society. After completing his doctorate, Kaczynski accepted a position as an assistant professor of mathematics at the University of California, Berkeley. However, he resigned abruptly after 2 years, citing dissatisfaction with the academic environment and his growing discomfort with socialite norms. In 1971, Kaczynski retreated to a remote cabin in Lincoln, Montana, seeking a life of self-sufficiency and isolation. It was here that his discontent with industrial society and technology festered, leading him down a dark path. Kaczynski's bombing campaign began in 1978, targeting individuals associated with modern technology and industrial society. His first bomb was sent to a professor at Northwestern University, causing minor injuries. But over the next 17 years, Kaczynski meticulously crafted and mailed 16 bombs to various targets, including universities, airlines, and technology firms. His bombs were designed with extreme precision, often using unconventional materials to avoid detection. The attacks resulted in 3 deaths and 23 injuries, leaving a trail of fear and confusion across the nation. Kaczynski's motivations were rooted in his deep-seated belief that modern technology and industrialization were dehumanizing and destroying the natural world. In 1995, he sent a letter to the New York Times and the Washington Post, offering to end his bombing campaign if they published his manifesto, Industrial Society and Its Future. The manifesto detailed his anti-technology philosophy, arguing that the Industrial Revolution had led to destructive and oppressive society. It expressed a desire to overthrow the existing system and return to a simpler, more self-sufficient way of life. The publication of the manifesto proved to be a turning point in the investigation. Kaczynski's brother, David, recognized the writing style and ideas as those of Ted and contacted the FBI. This crucial lead, combined with other evidence gathered over the years, led to Kaczynski's arrest on April 3, 1996, at his remote cabin in Montana. Inside the cabin, authorities found extensive evidence linking him to the bombings, including bomb-making materials, journal entries, and drafts of the manifesto. Kaczynski was charged with numerous federal offenses related to the bombings. Initially, he intended to represent himself in court, but he eventually accepted a plea bargain to avoid the death penalty. In 1998, Kaczynski pleaded guilty to all charges and was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. He is currently incarcerated at ADX Florence, a supermax prison in Colorado. The impact of Kaczynski's bombing campaign on the victims and their families was profound. The random and unpredictable nature of the attacks created a climate of fear and uncertainty, particularly among those working in academia and technology sectors. The meticulous nature of his bomb designs and his ability to evade capture for nearly 2 decades highlighted significant challenges in law enforcement and forensic investigation. Kaczynski's case also sparked widespread public debate about the ethics of publishing his manifesto and the implications of his anti-technology philosophy. While some agreed with his critique of modern society, they condemned his use of violence to advance his ideas. The manifesto had since been studied extensively by scholars and activists, contributing to ongoing discussion about technology, industrialization, and their impacts on society and the environment. The legacy of Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber. serves as a stark reminder of the potential for ideology to lead to extreme and violent actions. His story continues to be the subject of fascination and study for criminologists, psychologists, and historians, providing valuable insight to the nature of domestic terrorism and the complexities of criminal behavior. Kaczynski's background and early life provide some insight to the development of his disturbing behaviors. His experiences of social isolation, combined with his intellectual brilliance and increasing disillusionment with modern society, created a dangerous combination that ultimately led to his campaign of terror. The profound impact of his early academic success, followed by his abrupt rejection of society, highlights the complex interplay between personal experience and broader social influence in the development of extremist beliefs. Throughout his criminal activities, Kaczynski exhibited a meticulous and methodical approach to his bombing. He carefully selected his targets, often choosing individuals in institutions he believed were directly contributing to the technological and industrial system he despised. His ability to avoid detection for so long speaks to his cunning and meticulous planning, as well as the significant challenges faced by law enforcement in tracking down a highly intelligent and elusive perpetrator. Kaczynski's capture and trial were a turning point in the public's understanding of domestic terrorism and the length to which individuals might go to advance their ideological beliefs. The detailed confessions and evidence presented were both horrifying and illuminating, offering a rare glimpse into the mind of a domestic terrorist. The trial itself was a media spectacle, drawing widespread attention and leading to significant public discourse on the issue of criminal psychology, law enforcement, and the media's role in such cases. The legacy of Ted Kaczynski's crimes extends beyond the immediate horror of his actions. It has led to important changes in how law enforcement and society at large approach issues of domestic terrorism, mental health, and the treatment of individuals with severe psychological disturbances. The failures that allowed Kaczynski's to continue his bombing spree for so long have prompted reforms aimed at preventing similar tragedies in the future. The Ted Kaczynski case also highlights the complex nature of criminal pathology and the interplay between environmental and psychological factors in the development of violent behavior. While Kaczynski's actions were undoubtedly monstrous, understanding the factors that contributed to his crimes is essential in developing effective prevention and intervention strategies. In reflecting on the life and crimes of Ted Kaczynski, it is crucial to remember the victims and the suffering caused by his actions. The random and senseless nature of his violence shattered the lives of many families and left communities grappling with the aftermath of unimaginable horror. While Kaczynski himself has become a symbol of the potential dangers of extremist beliefs, the true tragedy lies in the innocent lives that were lost and the enduring pain of those who survived. In reflecting on the life and crimes of Ted Kaczynski, it is crucial to remember the victims and the suffering caused by his actions. The random and senseless nature of his violence shattered the lives of many families and left communities grappling with the aftermath of unimaginable horror. While Kaczynski himself has become a symbol of the potential dangers of extremist beliefs, the true tragedy lies in the innocent lives that were lost in the enduring pain of those who survived. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Forgotten Crimes. We love diving into the world of true crime, exploring the stories that grip the world, and uncovering the details that make these cases so fascinating. If there's a case you're curious about or have any thoughts to share, let us know. Until next time, keep your curiosity alive, and remember, the world of crime is as complex as it is captivating.